Hello and welcome to Ellen Ruth Soap. I'm Ellen and today I'm not making soap. We're going to make lip butter. Mint and honey lip butter balm to be specific. I'm so excited to do this. I have made chapsticks for my family and friends before with just a basic recipe, but this recipe I'm crazy about. It's so nice and moisturizing, especially in the winter months and the cold. If you're outdoors at all, your lips, I don't know, my lips get very chapped and dry. Well, this recipe has shea butter and cocoa butter and vitamin E oil and some peppermint essential oil, and I'll leave the full recipe in the description box below. I'm so excited to do this because I bought this from Wholesale Supplies Plus, and it's a lip balm holder, tube holder. So like I said, I've made lip balms before, and I'll show you the little tubes here. I get them in bulk, and then you have to buy the caps too. So these come separate from these. I do get mine from Wholesale Supplies Plus. They had a sale going on. They have a great price for these. So I get the little tubes, and this is so handy. So before I would balance them and pour, and every once in a while they'd tip over, and it was just like a nightmare. So this is so handy. The little tube, you pop them in here, and when you get them all, and so I'll put a couple in, they literally just fit perfectly, the silicone, and you get them all in there, and you can pour your lip balms, and if any pour over, just goes on here and it cleans up like a dream. So I'm excited. This is going to be my first time using this little lip balm holder. So I'm going to get everything pulled together and get my hair pulled back. I'm going to sanitize all my equipment and my work surface, and we'll get the ingredients. This is a simple recipe, but it's so nourishing, and I think you'll love it as much as I do. So let's make some lip balm. Buttery lip balm. All right, I've got my work surface all sanitized, and I'm getting ready to start measuring my oils and butters here. But first, I just wanted to show you again how to load up this little silicone mold holder for the lip tubes. And I don't know exactly how many tubes I'm going to need. So I just spritz these out with isopropyl alcohol and let them air dry. And I'm going to get them all stuffed in here. I'm going to go ahead and load this whole thing up, and we'll see how far this recipe goes. I believe the volume of it's going to make maybe 20 to 30 tubes, but we will see. This is kind of fun. This would be something fun to have children help you with. You know, making lip balms is super easy, and you're not dealing with any caustic materials like sodium hydroxide. So this is a wonderful thing to do with young people. And if you want to get really creative, you could add a lip safe colorant to these, put a little shimmer or glow in there. I'm going to leave these uncolored. I just like natural chapstick, but you can definitely, you know, spice it up a little with some lip safe colorants, or even Wholesale Supplies Plus, I know, and I think Brambleberry carries flavored lip scents and colors, or not colors, but flavored fragrances for lip things. So if you wanted like a strawberry lip balm or something, I don't know, it kind of grosses me out a little. When I was a kid, we'd have those big gigantic chapsticks, lip smackers I think they were called, and they would be like Dr. Pepper flavor and, you know, candy flavors, and there were some kids that would eat them, and it just about made me gag. I don't know, I have bad association with flavored lip things, so that is not my jam. But if that's yours, you know, there are things available that you can get for flavored flavored lip stuff, but that's not what I'm about. Well, anyway, yeah, childhood memories, and it was like a big thing to, you'd have them on sort of a lanyard. You'd carry your chapstick around your neck like a necklace, and it was like a status symbol when I was in grade school. This is, you know, this is back in the day, people. So I was born in '66, so this would be in the '70s, you know, carrying your big lip smackers around your neck. That was what was cool before the internet existed. All right, so they're all loaded on here. This is kind of cute. I like how secure they are. And so now that they're on here, this is stable, and I can just pour, and this has a little lip on it. So if I have any overpour, because my hands aren't the steadiest, but it will all be contained. So cleanup will be real easy too. So there's that. And let's get to measuring out our ingredients here. So I have my scale, and today I'm going to be measuring in grams because it's such tiny volume. So here is from Wholesale Supplies Plus. It's their yellow beeswax pastilles, and this also has a little bit of my my homemade beeswax, not homemade, but home rendered beeswax. I shaved it down, so it's a mix of store-bought and home beeswax. But I need 26 grams of beeswax, and these are so easy to measure in small increments. That big block was really hard to deal with. There's 24. There we go. 26. All right, 26 grams of beeswax, and next I'm going to do 21 grams of coconut oil. But first, I'm going to go ahead and get this started melting because beeswax has such a high melting point, and this does have shea butter going in there, and I don't want the shea butter to get overheated because it can get grainy. So I'm going to go ahead and pre-melt my beeswax, and then we'll come back and finish measuring the rest of our ingredients. All right, I've got my beeswax almost all the way melted here. And so we'll get on to measuring. Time for the coconut oil, and I got this coconut oil at Costco. It's organic, and it was on sale, a great price. So, and it's hard. My basement is cold, so I'm going to kind of chip it out here with my knife. But we need 21 grams of coconut oil is what I'm going for here. Just a hair over. So I got 24 grams in there because my scale was slow, but that's okay. Next on the agenda is I need 30 grams of cocoa butter. So I'm going to tear that out, and I get these cocoa butter wafers from Wholesale Supplies Plus, and I will show you here if I can get the top open. They come in both this natural yellow and the white wafers. I've mixed them in here because I was at the end of a bag. They both are wonderful. These smell a little more like cocoa butter to me. These were on sale, and so I got the lighter ones. I do not have a preference, but that's what that is. So I'm going to actually use the yellow ones here. So I'm going to get 30 grams of cocoa butter going in here. And I'll see if I can pick out my yellow wafers. Because, you know, I think the cocoa butter smell is really wonderful. There we go, 30 grams. And then we'll tear out. And next is 40 grams of shea butter. All right, and I'll just start plopping them in here. I get this in bulk, and it was in a bag that was messy, so I've kind of scraped it all out and put it in this Tupperware. All right, we're going up to 40. I need 2 grams of vitamin E oil, and I got this on Amazon, but you can find this at Walmart or pretty much any drugstore or pharmacy type store or grocery store even for that matter. So just vitamin E oil, and I'm going to do 2 grams, so just a little bit, but it's so good, moisturizing. All right. Let's tear that out. This is just a paper popsicle stick that I got in my cake decorating department. They're biodegradable, they're made out of paper, and they make wonderful stir sticks. So, for beeswax, I like to use disposable things, and these are compostable, and it's all great. Yeah, because beeswax is really a mess to clean up. When you have it in something like a lotion bar or a chapstick type situation, it's easier to clean up because the oils soften it, but just straight up beeswax, I have containers designated just for melting beeswax when I'm doing, beeswax candles and things, because it's a mess, and it's sticky, and, it's wonderful substance, natural beeswax, but it is a mess to deal with alone. Just getting that stirred in. So I have my peppermint essential oil here. And I'm going to just put a few drops, not a lot, because you know this is a small batch. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's stir in 10 here and see how that smells. I want these to be nice and, you know, cool, kind of tingly on your lips, but not shocking. All right. Let's see. Yeah, that smells wonderful. To me, this just smells fantastic. So what I am going to do here is take my pipettes, and I'm going to try and fill my tubes using my pipettes because I don't have a very steady hand. I'm going to see how that goes. If it doesn't work out, I'll just pour. But I wanted to try the pipettes first. The problem with the pipettes is it cools, and because of the beeswax, these harden pretty quickly. So if it doesn't work, so just going to give it a try here and see if we can do this. And I want to fill them right up to the top. That is really slow. I'm going to go ahead and try pouring. So it's been a couple of hours, and what I'm going to do is come in with my little scraper and just get any loose stuff off the top here. And if you have a lot, it'll come off. And I've got it scraped down, but it's still a little messy looking on top. So here is a tip to get the tops of your lip balms glossy and smooth again. You take your heat gun, and this is heat resistant silicone, so it's going to be okay. You just want to, you know, be careful because the heat gun gets very hot. I'm going to turn it on, and I'm just going to gently go over the top of these till they get a little bit liquid and just smooth out, and that'll just put a really nice finish on the top of each of these. All right, and now I'm just going to let these sit for a few more hours before I come and unmold them. My basement is very cold, so I don't need to pop this in the refrigerator or anything. I'm just going to walk away, go get some other things done, and we'll come back when we're ready for the next step. It's been a couple of hours, and this is totally stable and cooled, but see how nice and glossy the tops are when you do the heat gun on top? It just makes it very smooth. So now we can go ahead and start pulling these out. So I'm just going to keep unmolding these and setting them off to the side here, and then we will get the caps on when we're ready for that step. So I've got them all unmolded. I have a clean paper towel here. So what I do is I take it and just make sure the flat, clean end and just go around the very ridge where the lid is going to be hitting and make sure there's no tiny little drips or anything. I cap it and there it is. And I'll show you how I label these after I get these all capped. They're all capped and cooled and everything's ready to go. This is what I choose to label them with. I got this on onlinelabels.com and I used their label designer Maestro to design my lip balm labels, and there's multiple ideas and designs, so this is just what I like. I like the craft. It kind of goes with my whole theme of my shop. So what I do is I take my tube and it's already been wiped down, but I have another clean, dry paper towel and I just go over it again because I want the label to adhere really well. Make sure it's nice and squeaky clean. So what I do, it's going to be really hard for you to see on camera here, but there is a very faint, if I can see, a very faint line going up the tube, just from manufacturing the tubes. I've noticed that I've used many different tubes before, and they all have a very faint little line going up, and that is going to be my guideline to get this label on straight. I like for just, you know, it's sanitary. Once this is sealed and labeled, it will not be opened until the user buys it and opens it for the first time. So I find my little line on there and I line my label up. Oh, the studio lighting's rough for this, but I get it lined up and get it started and just roll it around. So here is my finished lip balm butter, and I will leave a link to online labels down below, and any of the things that I used today making these, I'll leave links for those down below. They're super easy to make and very fun, and I love this recipe personally. I really like this recipe in the winter especially, but I hope you give it a try, and have a great day.